Hello and welcome to episode number 31 of Ask a Web Geek. My name is CJ Gilbert and I'm the website safari guide. I help business owners and entrepreneurs make their way through the jungle that is the internet so they can make their business serve others better. And my business is here to support your business. Hi, my name is CJ Gilbert. You're joining me in the web cave and we're coming to you with another episode of Ask a Web Geek. Got some great stuff to go over today, but first, we're going to introduce you to our featured animal of the week, and that's going to be our gorilla right here. Gary Gorillison is what I've named this guy. This gorilla is a silverbacked gorilla, and I was thinking of what our metaphor could be for you this week in our jungle, and I've decided that it's the concept of being together as a community. Now, I know that right now we feel more apart than ever, right? Wouldn't you agree? We're all separated, social distancing, we're in our homes, shelter in place. All this stuff is going on right now, and that's creating a lot of anxiety for people. They're feeling stir crazy. They're feeling alone. I'm not alone. I've got a family. I've got a wife and 3 kids living here with me, so I have the opposite feeling of alone. But I still understand that that's happening right now. And the meetings that I had and the connections with clients and other folks in my community is changed right now. It's different. Now, fortunately, we still have these really cool tools that we can use. These online platforms like Zoom and Facebook and all these places where we can still have our video meetings and we can still be together. So I'm bringing up Gary to you today to remind you this week about our community. We're all here to help you out, and you may be struggling in your jungle this week, in your web jungle, and you may need some support, and I want you to remember that we're that tribe of people that's here to help you and here to support you. So think of Gary, remember the gorilla, think of me and the gorilla, your website jungle guide, and we've got our tribe of people. Our family unit is ready and here to support you. So please come to the Ask a Web Geek website and click the blue button to join our Facebook group, Ask a Web Geek, and join our tribe of people and ask any questions you have. Reach out if you need that support. We've got a lot of tools and resources that can help you grow and help your business this week. So we'll say bye-bye to Gary for now, but he's right here if you have any questions. If you need a silverbacked gorilla in your jungle corner this week, you reach out to our group because we've got a bunch of them and we'll take care of you. All right, let's jump into our slides. Boop-a-da-doop-a-da-doop. Ask a Web Geek with CJ Gilbert. I'm going to take my hat off and put that right over here. We'll pull that out later. What would you like to ask a web geek? I teach folks every day that your website is your number one tool. Your website is your number one tool to grow and support your business. Now, if you've been on the show before, you've heard me say that. And one of my clients reached out to me yesterday and said, I've been watching your show and I've been listening to the message, and I was a little irritated at you repeating yourself over and over again. But then I got it. You just want this message to live in my brain so that I can make it even better for me in my business and make my website work for my business. And he's getting it on a different level. And I said, yes, that's exactly right. I want to get into your brain and I want you to realize and I want you to know your website is your number one tool to grow and support your business. And if you think of it that way, it should help you in all of these aspects. It should help you attract more customers, make more sales, improve your customer service, help you save time, save money, increase your efficiency, and serve your clients better, faster, and easier. I want you to use your website to its fullest potential, but you may not know what that is. You may not even know what your website can do, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to share with you these ideas, share with you these concepts so you can make your website work for your business and as a result, have a better business that's serving more people. Let me just take a moment to congratulate you. I just want to acknowledge you because if you're with me here this morning, then that means that you're one of those people that is working on improving your business and you're improving your life and you're taking the steps you need to do so. So let me just say, good for you. Congratulations. You're in the right place doing the right thing. So just take a moment and give yourself a pat on the back and acknowledge yourself for being here today. Ask a Web Geek. We're in a bunch of different places on the web. Let me tell you how it works. We go live into our Facebook group every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific. We hang out for a few minutes, chat with the folks jumping on the call with us. Then we start the taping, which is what you're watching right now, the taping of the show. A couple days later, I take that show, I chop off this and that, edit a couple things out, and I upload the video to YouTube. So it becomes a YouTube show. Then I also take the audio from that show and it becomes a podcast. So we film it together live here in the Facebook group on Wednesday mornings. And then I also produce the YouTube show and the podcast out of it a couple days later. You can find all of those links and details at the website, AskAWebGeek.com, but please do subscribe to us at all of those other places, Facebook, YouTube, and we're also on Twitter. So tweet along with the show. If you're a podcast listener and you're listening to one of these episodes in the future, let me know which episode. Let me know what you're listening to. I would love to hear. And if you have any questions, that's another place you can ask those questions, is on Twitter. So join the Facebook group, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitter, listen as a podcast. I would love it if you'd subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, but please use whatever podcast player of your choice. And let me know if the show isn't there in that format. I want it to be everywhere you need it to be. Quick disclaimer, you must be willing to have your question or issue addressed in a public forum. Like I mentioned, all of these shows are public in all these different places, and I just want to make sure that the things we're talking about in your business are okay for us to talk about in that public forum. Of course, we'll protect your password fields. We'll protect anything we need to. Just let me know if there's certain pieces you want me to handle off screen before we pull it on screen, that kind of thing. This is not legal or professional advice. I'm a web geek and I know a lot about these website technologies, but you really do need to have certified professionals in your business to advise you. That would be like a business attorney to consult with you on your business decisions, as well as a CPA or a licensed tax or accounting professional. That's not me. Make sure you have those people in your business. Remember, you accept responsibility for everything, including your own success. So who am I? I'm a web geek. My name is CJ Gilbert. I've been helping business owners with their websites since 1995, and I've been doing it under my own name as my own business since 2005. And I've learned a lot along the way. And I've learned that business owners know they needed a website, but they didn't know what to do with it. And so from that perspective, from that thought, I started writing down some of my thoughts. And that's how I accidentally ended up writing my book, 5 Golden Keys to Sharpen Your Website. And this is a book that helped me create what is now my teaching platform, which is now the material that I teach to business owners about using their website as a tool for their business. You see, I believe that my business is here to serve your business. And if my business can help your business be better, then your business can serve more people. And it creates this multiplication effect. So I want you to do more business. I want you to do better business. And I want, as a result of our collaboration, for us to impact and reach so many other people in the world. Look for your golden nugget today. You know, our brains are so interesting. You're going to learn something new each time you read my book, you hear me speak, you watch one of these videos, even the same video over and over again. It's going to give you something new because you are going to be in a different place. Your brain is going to be in a different place. And the ideas that spark out of the things that I'm saying are going to be different when you're in that different location mentally. So just be on the lookout for it. That's all you have to do. Be open to receive a golden nugget and you'll get one. So I encourage you to grab some paper, draw a line right down the middle, label the left side notes, the right side actions, and that way as we're going through the show, you can just take your stream of consciousness notes, whatever I'm saying, whatever ideas come to you, down that left-hand column. And then in that right-hand column, there's going to be certain things that really jump out at you that you want to move quickly on. Those are going to be your action steps. And those go in the right-hand column so you can quickly and easily find those to take those action steps, and make sure to put a great big star next to your golden nuggets. Ask a Web Geek is sponsored by Start your day right. This is my mentor, Eric Lofholm. Now, he's my sales mentor, but I attend his 15-minute call every morning to help me get in the right mindset of success. And I would encourage you to do the exact same thing. You can jump on this call. It's totally free. It's 15 minutes a day, and be there live if you can, 7:45 a.m. I was on the live call this morning. It was excellent. And if I can't make it live because of another meeting or something else, I always listen to the recording, either that same day or over the next week. And it works kind of similar to how we do it here, except it's a conference call live in the morning, then that's recorded, then that goes up to YouTube, then it becomes a podcast as well. So you can get all the links and details right here at my link, amcall.gilbertstudios.com. That's AM like the morning, like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., amcall.gilbertstudios.com. All you have to do is go to this website and just pop in your email address, and he's going to send you all the login details, because there's the phone number with the access code. That's if you want to do it live. Do that as often as you can. But then also he's going to give you the podcast website as well as the YouTube channel. So whichever method works for you. Again, I recommend being there as often as possible on the live call, but if you can't make it live, still listen in later. It just helps you put yourself in the mindset of success. 15 minutes that you can invest every day. Put yourself in the mindset of success, and it really helps you get things done. I encourage you to do that. And make sure to check out my free video workshop. It's the 5 keys to unlock the profit hidden in your website. I took the core concepts out of my book and I made this free video series for you. It's 7 videos, but they're each less than 10 minutes. And it allows you to just take one bite at a time, one day at a time, or every couple days, work yourself through this material and just see how you can improve your website, and how a few improvements in your website could lead to so many more improvements in your business. So as we're working on your website, we're really working on your business. My website, Safari.com. And then if you want to get even more in depth on what your website can do for you, this is a personal service that I offer called a website treasure hunt. You can learn more about this service at websitetreasurehunt.com. In fact, coming up on the show, I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about what that is and how it could benefit you. So stay tuned for that. Buckle up and stay hydrated. We're going to go a little deeper into the jungle. Let me grab a sip of my water. Make sure you've got yours too. And we'll get to talking about today's topic. Over the last couple of episodes, we've been talking about how to work online, how to get your message online, how to continue to do your business online, how to use the different tools and resources that are out there to continue your message and continue to be connected with people and work online. We've been talking about how to use Zoom as a platform for how you can do that. And today I wanted to share with you a couple more things that you can do in Zoom. Last week, we mentioned a couple brand new features that they were there before, but they were kind of in the background and you had to turn them on. But now they are automatically turned on and you must use them. You're being forced to use them. And those two features are the passwords and the waiting room. Now go back to the last episode, episode 30, because we talked a little bit more specifically about those, but they're really here for your protection. People were abusing the fact that Zoom rooms could be left open, and if you had the link, you would automatically just join the link. So that created some problems. There were some people that were abusing that, and they were doing not nice things. So these two restrictions came into place by default, kind of on a mandatory basis, so that you had to have a password to be able to get into the room. And then if you did get into the room, you were parked into this other area called a waiting room. So it was like these levels of access, right? So you couldn't just walk straight in. You had to have the password, and then you had to go into the waiting room, and then the host has to let you into the room. So it's a couple more steps, but it's really for your protection. It's really to help you and the people inside your room be protected, and you know that the people in that room are those that you want to be there. So those are for your protection. Let me know if you have any questions on how that works. I will point out that the password is something that is automatically generated when you create the room, or you can intentionally program what you want that password to be. So that's the first thing to note when you're creating that room, when you're scheduling that event. You can specify a password. You can override those numbers with what you want it to be, and it can be words, by the way. If you want it to be a combination of letters, words, numbers, that's totally up to you. Make it make sense to your people so that they can easily use it. And then the waiting room. Now, some people don't realize this is happening and they don't know where to go to get to that. So I'll let you know, it's underneath the participants window. So if you're inside your Zoom control panel, especially if you're the host, you need to click on the participants button, which is the one that looks like people, because that's going to open up the people window basically and tell you all the people that are in the room with you. And the waiting room is at the top, and you'll have the option to admit one person at a time. Or if you see that all those people should come right in, there's an admit all button. So all the people can just come swooping right into your room with you. So those are a couple features that they're not exactly new, but the thing that is new is everyone is now forced to use them by default. So it may be new to you, and you may not know that that's a thing that exists now. So that's where to go to look for it. It's in the participants window. And at the bottom of the participants window, there's a mute all, unmute all, and then there's a 3 little dots button. If you open that 3 little dots button, there's more control. And check out those options because they allow you to turn on and off the waiting room, making people go into that waiting room or not. There's a chime feature, an audio signal that will chime or not when people come in and out of the room. You can turn that on and off. And you can also lock the room. So if you got to the point where there was enough people in the room or all the people were in the room, you could lock the meeting so no one else could join it. That's where those features are. And Zoom has created a new button called a security button that's on the bottom of the panel. And that button is kind of a shortcut to help you get to some of those other features, the waiting room, the password, those kind of things. So that's a new button at the bottom of the control panel called security as kind of a shortcut to help you find those other ones that were previously hidden underneath the participants window and underneath those 3 dots button. Let me know if you have any questions about those. Okay? I do want to tell you about a couple other things that you might want to try in Zoom that are really great features. Number one, the ability to stream live. So built right into the system, and I can't tell you right now if it's part of the free level or if it's the pro, the paid level. I'm not sure. But I do know that if you enable it, and by the way, a lot of these things you have to go into your Zoom settings first and then enable them, basically hit the box that says turn this on, and then when you go back to your Zoom control panel, there will be a new button there. This is one of those things. You have to turn on the ability to stream live in your Zoom control panel, in your Zoom settings first. Then you'll have a brand new button inside your Zoom window. It's usually on the bottom at the far right. And when you click that, it might be labeled more. When you click that, it allows you to stream live. You have the choice to stream to Facebook or YouTube. And when you click that button, what's going to happen is it's going to open up a new window in your browser. And it's going to, for example, let's say you click the one that says stream in Facebook Live. It's going to take you to Facebook. It's going to open up a new panel, and it's going to start to walk you through where do you want to stream that live? Do you want to stream it on your own timeline? Do you want to stream it to one of your pages? Do you want to stream it to a group? So it kind of walks you through that, and eventually you'll hit go and it will make that connection. Now I've noticed this doesn't work all the time perfectly. It's new. There's a lot of interactivity between the Zoom software and the Facebook software, and sometimes those connections just don't go through smoothly. So give it a minute, see if it'll work for you. You can watch it spin as it's crunching, and then eventually, if it works, that screen will change and take you back to the Facebook page, and you'll be streaming. And then it'll say in your Zoom window, you're now live. It'll turn on a little red like light and show you that you're live to Facebook. And those pieces will let you know that it's working. I have seen it not work, and that window just spins, and then it just kind of quits, and then it goes away out of Zoom. You're not live, and then you can try it again. So I've seen it work successfully several times. I've seen it not work successfully several times. So, but that's where it's located. You have to turn it on in your settings. Then you have to go to the bottom, click more, click Facebook Live. It takes you over to Facebook, select where you want to do it, and then hit go. There's a couple steps to do it, and then it should work perfectly at that time. So let me know if you have any questions on that. The next thing I wanted to tell you about is something called Breakout Rooms. This is a really cool feature. We've been using, as you know, as I've told you, we've been using Zoom as a way to do our virtual networking meetings. So we were previously getting together in person at a Denny's or another restaurant to have our meetings, and we could walk around the room and we could chat, and then we could all sit down and have our meeting. Well, when we moved that to an online format, we discovered the meeting part works great, the agenda part works great, even the introductions are pretty good. If you know, a little technology issue, right? A little learning curve as people unmute themselves and mute themselves, and we go around the room in order. But those pieces still work great. Here's the thing that didn't work so great: with 30 to 40 voices in one room, you can't really have that kind of wander around chat time. Except you can. Zoom invented this thing called Breakout Rooms. What this allows you to do is kind of create some mini rooms inside your room. And the software is really great the way it's set up, because you can have Zoom do all the heavy lifting for you, or you can manually control it. So here's how it works. You turn on the breakout rooms. You've got to turn it on in your settings first to get the button. But once you've turned it on, you'll have a new button inside your box, your Zoom box, that says Breakout Rooms. When you click that, it's going to ask you, how many rooms do you want to set up? And do you want us to do it automatically, or do you want to manually do it? If you say automatically, you'll tell it how many rooms. It's going to automatically divide up the number of people that are in your call and assign them to a room. Basically, roughly evenly divide them into the number of rooms you've specified. So if you've got 40 people on your call and you create 10 rooms and you say go, it's going to automatically assign 4 people per room. Or you could say that you want to manually assign them, and then when it gets to the next window, it's going to give you the chance to assign individual people to a room. So what I do is I open it up, I create about 5 rooms, and then I offer my people who wants to go into a room. You know, raise your hand if you want to go into room 1. And I let folks tell me, I want to go in room 1, or they already have a request. I want to go in a room with Sarah. No problem. So we'll put you and Sarah in room 3. Who else wants to go in Sarah's room, right? So you can do it automatically, let the system do all that, or you can let people pick and choose, hey, put me with so-and-so, put me with so-and-so. And then a couple other features. They click go, they do it, they join the rooms, and it takes them out of the main room and puts them into this own little mini room where it's only the number of people that are in there can hear them. At any moment, they have the option to return to the main room. They click the button that says leave. It no longer says leave meeting. That turns into leave breakout room. So when you click that, you come back to the main session. A couple other features, we can set a time limit. We can make it automatically expire and bring everyone back. You can send kind of a broadcast message to everyone. Hey, everyone, it's CJ. I'm going to bring you back in about 2 minutes. Or you can click the button that close it, and you can also set the time on how much time they have for that close. For example, by default, it's 60 seconds. So when I say close the room and I hit the button, everyone gets a message that says these rooms are closing in 60 seconds and you'll be returned to the main room. So then they can say, oh, okay, we've got 60 seconds left. Anyone else have anything to say? Okay, great. See you in the main room. So this is a really cool feature that they've added that allow us to still have these smaller rooms as part of our bigger Zoom room, which works really great for creating those smaller networking conversations, or you could use it for speed networking, or you could use it in like a workshop setting where you're presenting your material and then you want to create little groups, and then you could assign people into smaller groups for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want to do, and then bring them all back again. So this gives you a lot of flexibility on how you can interact with your audience and allow your audience to interact with each other. Question from Garrison: can anyone set up a breakout room, or only a host can do this? Only the host can set up the breakout rooms, and I think it needs to be on the paid plan too. I'm not sure, but I think it's the paid plan only. The host can set up the breakout rooms. However, that host can also assign some co-hosts to help him run the show. And I recommend you do that. For example, in our meetings, when Garrison hops on, I make him a co-host. Doug, Brenda, I make them co-hosts. And that helps me while I'm talking to the people and running the show. They have a little control over, they can mute people and do things. And something that we were experimenting with is when I make Garrison a co-host and then I put him in a room with someone, he has the ability as a co-host to jump between rooms. So that's really convenient. You could name a couple people to be your co-hosts, and then they could kind of check in on your people and jump between the different rooms. So really great features. Any other questions about breakout rooms right now before I move into the next piece? Really great features on Zoom. Really getting a lot of mileage out of this software right now. It's kind of taken over. It's huge. So really excited about everything that we can do with that, and still continuing our networking meetings. Let me know if you need any help. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of buttons, a lot of settings, a lot of things that you could do. Let me know if you need any help for this. I'm available for private coaching. I'm available to help you if you want to get your coaching or your teaching business online in this new way. Maybe you have a group that needs to get back online, something that was previously in person, but now you need to adapt to the new situation. Could be a school group, a PTA group. It could be a mom's group. It could be a church group, a business group, or some other meeting, some other group. If you need help organizing those pieces, figuring out what's going to be the right strategy to do it, and even a little training on how to run that, let me know. Drop me a line, give me a call, send me a text, 619-512-3210. I'm available on an hourly basis for you and your team, and we'll make sure that you have the pieces that you need in place so that you can successfully continue your business endeavors. 619-512-3210. Call or text CJ, or email CJ at AaWG031.com. Now, we've been using the Zoom platform to do virtual business networking meetings, which has been a lot of fun. Like I mentioned, here's the details. I'm putting it on the screen in front of you, but I'll also give you a link where you can go find this. It's always in the show notes, by the way. Wherever you're watching this, check out the show notes. But on Thursdays and Fridays for the full month of April, maybe beyond, we're not exactly sure, but at least this month of April, we're meeting every Thursday and Friday for a noon networking meeting. The meeting runs from noon to 1. However, I'm there at 11:30 to help people get logged in, make sure your audio works, make sure we can hear you and see you and all of those pieces. And that's where we're starting to play with those breakout rooms. So come hang out with us from 11:30 to noon. We'll make sure that your technology is working, and then we'll let you experiment with a breakout room and have a private chat with someone. And then I pull everyone back together in at noon, and we run our meeting. We've got basically an hour agenda. We have some education. We have an opportunity for everyone to introduce themselves. We often have a featured speaker, and we would love to have you participate in one of these. It's been a lot of fun. We've had 30 to 40 people on the call with us every week for the last several weeks we've been doing this, and I'm really excited to see how it continues. You can find out all the details. I've got an article on my blog, gilbertstudios.com/blog. So I just know for sure that's one place you can go to get the details. Look for my my blog article titled "Get Online," or "You Can Do It Online," or something like that. Whatever the slide a few slides ago said, that's what it's called. gilbertstudios.com/blog. It's also on AskAWebGeek.com in the show notes for all of these last 3-4 episodes. And it's all on meetup.com. Exceptional entrepreneurs on meetup.com. Got a question coming in from Garrison. Let's see what that is. He says, can you turn off the waiting room feature and have people with the right password be able to enter without this step? Yes, you can. You can turn off the waiting room feature. You can do that in 2 places. Number 1, the brand new security button that's now at the bottom. Click that security button. One of the options will be enable waiting room. You can just check and uncheck that if you want that feature on or not. Great question. The other place it's located is in the participants window. If you click the participants button and that panel flies open on the side with all of your people, at the bottom there's that button with the 3 dots next to mute all, unmute all, and then there's kind of this more button. Click that more button and you'll see there's a bunch of options in there. Lock the meeting, waiting room, play entry and exit chimes, let people mute and unmute themselves, let people rename themselves. All of those options are inside that participant window. So yes, great question, Garrison. You can turn off the waiting room feature, and then if they have the password, they jump right in. You may not need both, right? If you have a password protected meeting, you can turn off the waiting room feature and have everyone jump right in. I like the waiting room feature for one particular thing, and that is if you're about to have a class or a seminar or a group or a team meeting of some kind, it's really great to have that waiting room so all of the participants can kind of be parked over here on the side, and then you can just grab your team and then pull them into the room and kind of have your pre-show conversation. I think the waiting room is perfect for that scenario. So I open up the thing, everyone comes into the waiting room, I specifically grab Garrison, and I grab Brenda, and I grab Doug, and who else? I grab Sarah, whoever else is on our team, and that way the 4 or 5 of us can have our own little meeting. Do you have your slides ready? Do you have any questions? Do you need anything? Are you all set? And then when everyone says, yep, I'm ready. Yep, I'm ready. Now you open it up and let everyone in through the waiting room. So that's a perfect way to use that feature to have a pre-show chat with your team and make sure everyone's ready to go, and then open it up and let everyone in. That's, I think, the best way to use that meeting room, waiting room feature. Great question, Garrison. Thanks so much. Alrighty, it's now time to Ask a Web Geek. Real quick, want to mention last time on Ask a Web Geek, we talked about Zoom. We've been talking about Zoom for the last several weeks. Episode 27, Getting Started with Zoom, how you can sign up for free and how you can join a Zoom meeting. In episode 28, we talked about how to host a Zoom meeting, what it looks like to customize your profile, as well as what it looks like to schedule in a meeting, and what some of those buttons and dials and settings are all about. In episode 29, we stepped away from Zoom specifically to talk about 8 different ways you can share your message virtually, and I elaborated on some of the tools and software you could use to help you with each one of those 8 ways. Yes, Zoom was mentioned quite a few times as part of those 8 ways, but there's a lot of tools you could use for those purposes. Check that out in episode 29. And then last week, we came back to Zoom in episode 30, and we talked about those Zoom updates I just went over, about the password and the waiting room that are new. So check that out where we went over a little bit more about those things. Join the ongoing conversations that we have in our Facebook group. I love the fact that people are posting their own questions and our community is answering them. And we often have a couple pinned posts. For example, right now we're asking folks to recommend some good books and resources. We got a lot of time to read right now. Maybe you do, I don't, but maybe you have some suggestions on some books or other resources we should check out. Please suggest those to us in our Facebook group. You'll find the post where we're asking these various questions. Come join us there. All right, here's a question I get asked all the time, and I want to go over my answer with you together. So this is the question. Hey, CJ, will you look at my website and tell me what you think? What could I improve? What else would you suggest that I do? And so to that question, I would like to say, yes, we absolutely can do that. In fact, I've created a specific service for that exact thing, and I call it my website treasure hunt. So let me just share with you for a few minutes what's involved with that, what does that mean, and how can it benefit you or someone you know that could use this service. So my website treasure hunt basically is a 45-minute virtual meeting that you and I are going to have where we explore your website using my 85-point treasure map. It is a one-time fee of $197 for this service, and we're going to basically take an hour, and really with all the other pieces, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour process, because I'll go into what's included. But what you'll get for this service is a full audit of your website, and we're going to come up with 100 different things you can do to improve it. Whether you've got your own team, whether you work on it yourself, you're a do-it-yourselfer type, or whether you're just looking for some ideas, and then you have the choice. You could hire me to help you with those services or not. Totally up to you. This right here is the audit. This right here is the website treasure hunt to see what could be improved, generate some new ideas of some things you could work on to really improve your website and your results. Here's what's included. Here's what you get. First of all, you're going to get a free digital copy of 5 golden keys to sharpen your website. As soon as you book this service with me, you're going to be taken to a page to download a worksheet and to grab a copy of my book. So that's the first thing that you're going to get, is a free digital copy of 5 golden keys to sharpen your website. If you want to read the book before we meet, you can. However, we're going to be going over every single one of the points in my book really quickly together. So you may want to read it ahead of time, or you may want to do the treasure hunt with me first and then go back and read the book. Either way, you're going to get some really amazing ideas. So I'm going to give you a copy of that book for free as soon as you book your session with me. And then you're also going to get some homework. On that same page, after you've booked your time, you're going to get this worksheet that I provide you to help you outline your goals and your target market, because it's from that mindset that we want to figure out, number one, what are your goals with your website? What do you want it to do? What do you want it to do for you? What do you want it to do for your audience? And number two, who is your audience? Tell me, educate me. Who are the people that we're really looking to serve with your website? Once we have those two pieces in mind, then we're able to really take a look at your website and decide if it's working for you, if it's working for your audience. So the first thing I'm going to give you is this homework so you can think ahead of time about your goals and your target market. And then when we get together in the call, that's the first thing I'm going to ask you for, is to share those pieces with me. If you can email me that ahead of time, even better. And you'll get all those instructions on that sign-up page. So you'll get the copy of my book, and you're going to get this worksheet to help you identify some of these things ahead of time. Then the first thing we're going to go over when we meet is a business directory listing report. You see, you may not know that your business is listed online in all of these different business directories. And if you don't know that it's even there, how can you know what needs to be fixed or updated? So the first thing that I'm going to do for you is run this directory listing report and give you a copy of that. It surveys 60 to 80 sites like Google, Apple, Facebook, Bing, Yahoo, and many, many more. MapQuest, and did I say Yahoo, and all these others, Yelp, and all these places that your business could be listed online. We want to make sure that they have the right phone number, the right address, the right website, the right name. All of those pieces need to be consistent and congruent across all the business directories, because Google is looking. Google is looking at all the listings to make sure that what it's serving is the most up-to-date. So that's the first thing we'll go over, is I'll give you that directory listing report. If you want us to help you fix those listings, we can. If you just want to take the report and run with it, you can. Either way, you're going to get the information so you know what needs to be corrected or not. Then we're going to have our 45-minute private virtual meeting where we meet together in Zoom. We bring up your website, and I'm going to walk you systematically through my 85-point treasure map. We're going to go over 3 pieces of your website: your search, your sales, and your service. So your search is the idea of how people are coming to your website. The directory listing report, that's a big part of it, but it's not the only thing, because there's also how you're presenting the keywords in your website, how you've laid out your website, how you've structured your website, how your menu navigation walks the people through your website. Those are all pieces that we're going to look at. That's your search. Then we're going to go into your sales. This is how people choose to do business with you or not. People choose the familiar. So we're going to look at all the ways that someone could be going through your website, how they could be getting to know you and your business. And we're going to ask ourselves, does this help them better get to know you? Is this information that they're wanting to find while they're doing their research, their due diligence on you? And is it going to positively impact how they feel about working with you? Is it going to start to answer their questions? Can you educate them a little bit about what it's like to do business with you or with someone in your industry? These are all pieces they want to know. And as they become more familiar with you and what you're doing, they're that much closer to choosing to do business with you. So that's your sales. Then we're going to talk about your customer service. Something really overlooked is the power of your website to be a customer service agent for your business. This can save you so much time you wouldn't even believe it, because chances are you're picking up the phone and you're answering the same question over and over again every day, over and over. Yes, we're open till 5. Yes, we're open till 7. Yes, we accept credit cards. Yes, we're located at this street and that street. And if people can go to your website to get that kind of information, they will, and that's going to save you time on the phone. It's going to save them time on the phone, but it's going to save you so much more time on the phone, because instead of answering that same question 100 times, maybe you're only answering it 5 to 10 times. That saves you a lot of time. Everyone else is going to your website now to get the information. These are the pieces we're going to look at, and I'm going to ask you those questions. How is this helping you? How is this helping your customer? Does it make more sense to put this over here, put this over here, add this piece of information? What do those pieces look like? And the whole time, we're also looking at your website like a sales funnel. What does it look like when someone first comes to you? And do you have the touch points that you need to continue the conversation with that prospective customer right up until they buy from you, and then further over the course of your relationship with that customer? What are the tools and resources that we can put into place to help that relationship, to encourage more sales, to improve your customer service, to increase your efficiency and your productivity, and still help you serve your clients better, faster, and easier? Yes, I really believe in the power of a website, more so than ever right now. You cannot rely on other people's websites, on other people's platforms, on other social media networks sticking around. Yes, you should use them as often as you can if that's where your audience is, but don't overlook the power of your own website, the only thing you can fully own and control on the internet. After all that conversation, I will type up a detailed summary report of our expedition findings. So in the end, whether you took notes or not, you're still going to have the full information of what we've gone over together. I'll create that for you, and I'll send everything to you. And there's an optional upgrade. For an additional $50, I'll do something amazing. I'll take a full video recording of our time together, and I will create that video, that custom video. I will host it online on my own resources. I will create a page where you can come to watch that video. I will host it for you permanently and even offer it to you for a download for you to keep forever. So for only a $50 upgrade, I'll film it, produce a video, and host that video for you and provide it for you as a download. So you'll have the entire recording of our call together, as well as all the summaries and reports that we've created along the way. The entire thing is only $197 or $247 if you want to get the video upgrade. Let me read again what you're getting. You're getting the free digital copy of 5 golden keys to sharpen your website. You're getting the worksheet ahead of time to help you focus on your goals and your target market. Then we're going to have our 45-minute private virtual meeting exploring your website for your hidden treasure, going over your search, your sales, and your service. Then you're going to get a detailed summary report of our expedition findings, everything we went over and talked about, delivered right to you. And if you choose to upgrade for the video, you'll get the full recording of our time together. I will create that video, produce the video, and host it for you on one of my websites so you can get to it forever, or download it for your own copy. That's my website treasure hunt. It's multiple hours packed into a small period of time. We're going to be doing some work ahead of time. We're going to be doing some work in the end. And you're really going to get 2-3 hours of my service out of this, as well as the reports that are just going to be priceless. I really want you to see your website as a tool, as a platform for your entire business. And I'm so passionate about this that I want to help you out with it. So if this is of any interest to you, sign up today. You can go to websitetreasurehunt.com. As of today, this is going to jump you to my Gilbert Studios website. In the future, this will be its own web page. But for now, it's going to take you right to Gilbert Studios, where you'll sign up for my website treasure hunt, and you'll see the two buttons. Do you want the regular package, $197, or do you want the video upgrade package? Whichever one you choose, you'll then be able to purchase it. You'll then be able to book the exact time on your calendar, on my calendar, where we're going to sync up and meet. Then after that, you're going to be taken to the page where you're going to download the copy of my book and get the worksheet to fill out and hopefully send to me ahead of time. But either way, we'll start those reports running. We're going to run your directory listing report, and then we'll get together on our call. There's going to be a reminder email that's sent to go out to you. So all of those pieces are ready and waiting for you to come on over to websitetreasurehunt.com. What other questions do you have? There's got to be something else you'd like to learn about. We've been talking about Zoom. We've been talking about online tools of all kinds. And I invite you to let me know what else we can help you with. There's a lot of questions that you still have. There's a lot of tools and technologies and social media and things that people are telling you, you should try this, you should try that. And you may be like, I don't know if that's even something I should try. Is that something I should try, CJ? Let me know. Let me know what you're looking to accomplish. Let me know what tools you're struggling with. Let me know if you need a new tool or resource to help you accomplish something. You may not even know what you need. Isn't that true? You don't know what you don't know. Well, come over to our group, Ask a Web Geek, and ask whatever questions you have. Just throw out what you're struggling with, and let's see what we can come up with for you. Come join our Facebook group, AskAWebGeek.com. We're here to help you. Ask a Web Geek is sponsored by Eric Lofholm's daily motivational call. Start your day right. Get fired up. Take 15 minutes and put yourself in the mindset of success. Get all the details at amcall.gilbertstudios.com. That's AM, like the morning time, like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., amcall.gilbertstudios.com. Pop in your email address, and he's going to send you all the details, the phone number, the access code, and the website where you can look at them later. Free video workshop. Check out CJ's free video workshop at mywebsitesafari.com. 7 videos, less than 10 minutes each. Your choice. Slam through all of them in one day. Make a Saturday, take 2 hours out of a Saturday, and improve your entire website. Or do it one day at a time. I've got reminder emails set up, so if you choose the 1-day option, you're going to get 1 new email per day. Or choose the 3-day option. Get one of those emails every 3 days and spread it over the course of 3 weeks. Your choice. All at one time, over the course of 1 week, over the course of 3 weeks. Whatever works out best for your schedule, but do it. Either way, do it and get that material, get those ideas into your brain. Let them start percolating. See what ideas you come up with, and then come right back here and let me know. I would be really excited to hear what ideas you're coming up with. I've got a couple people texting me as they're watching the videos and as they're watching my YouTube show. Oh, you just said this, and that made me think about this, and I'm so excited. I never even thought about doing that before. I love those texts. I love that. It's so exciting. Let me get into your brain and then tell me what ideas are sparking as a result of it. Really cool stuff. And then website treasure hunt. If you want to really go deep on what your website is doing or could be doing, and you want to take a couple hours with me virtually with these different tools and resources that I have to get the most out of your website as possible, then check out my website treasure hunt. Go to websitetreasurehunt.com. You'll also find it at gilbertstudios.com under my services page. Book your time, and we're going to make your website work for your business. Ask a Web Geek. All of these links and details are at AskAWebGeek.com. I want to thank you so much for your time and attention. The whole reason that we're doing this is for you and to help you improve your business and to help you improve your results. Invite a friend, would you please, to our Facebook group, Ask a Web Geek. Subscribe on YouTube, Ask a Web Geek. Follow me on Twitter, Ask a Web Geek. Subscribe to the podcast, Ask a Web Geek. And please let me know if you have any questions about anything at all. If it's not appropriate for this forum, we'll figure out another way to answer that question. But I want to answer as many questions as I possibly can for you. So let me know what that's going to be for you. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I'm so glad that you've been here with me this morning. You know, at Gilbert Studios, we understand the internet is a jungle. It's too easy to get lost, to go down the wrong path, to fall into a trap you didn't even see coming, or get stuck in the quicksand and not know how to pull yourself out. It's so much better to join up with a tribe of people and hire a well-trained guide who can lead you through and get you where you want to go. I hope you have a wonderful week. Make it a fantastic week. Have a wonderful Website Wednesday, and we'll see you next week in the Web Jungle. God bless. All right, gang. Have yourself a wonderful day. Gary wants to say bye-bye. Gary says, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of our family. And yeah, I don't have anything clever to say right now. I was hoping something would come to me, but it did not. It did not come to me. See you next time in the Web Jungle. Thanks, everyone. Oh, I got to give a shout out to everyone who's dropped by. So we'll say a real quick thank you. Thank you to Audra and Betty, Christopher, Lisa, Jim, Sandra, Janara, Diana, Melissa, Julie, and Garrison. Thank you to all of you for jumping in and out. I do not mind ever if you come in and out of this call. Please do. Please jump in, say hi, jump out again. That's never a problem. I just love the fact that you came through the show today. So thanks so much. Share it with a friend. Let me know how I can help you this week. Love ya. Mwah! Thanks for being part of my family, my web family. Have a good one. See you later. The internet's a jungle.